Today, I want to talk about how conservatism dominates progressivism. I want to set the record straight on what criteria that do I use to be able to determine how conservatism dominates progressivism. The way how conservatism dominates progressivism is a lot of people are ditching the Democratic Party. So, for example, Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr., Anna Kasparian. They are ditching the Democrat Party by either becoming independent or Republican. Um, on average, conservative women are more attractive than progressive women. So you look at people like Alina Habba, you look at people like Caroline Levitt, Kayleigh McEnany, um Pam Bundy, and then in progress in when you look at the other side, the Democrat side, it's only Jen Psaki, it's Jen Psaki, Karen Jean-Pierre, and so forth. And the one who you could say is attractive in the progressive side is Crystal Ball. And then Tulsi Gabbard used to be a Democrat, but now she's a Republican. And then Anna Kasparian, she used to be a Democrat, but now she is an independent. Um, the Republicans are winning with young voter. A few weeks ago, there is a post that popped up in my algorithm on Twitter um, that Charlie Kirk posted. What is the what is the demographic of these people? And then I guessed that it was old people in their 60s. So that means that Democrats, progressives are losing on young voters. And now, when I transition to progressive political commentator like David Pakman, Christopher Verlies, The Rational National, um, The Midas Touch, who I don't watch at all. The way how conservative dominates progressivism is the views that they're getting. Like I can throw a YouTuber, for example, who barely had a YouTube channels, and he spent the entire 5 years just monetizing his content based on fancy thumbnails and clickbait titles, so people can give him views. And he can barely articulate a response or an argument that is against the Trump administration in terms of them being able to negotiate a ceasefire between Israel and Iran, or the stock market being at a all-time high and the economy is going well. And that's Crystal Everlease. And then I made a and then on my previous video, I have come into the determination and the conclusion that a lot of people who are subscribed to him are low IQs. Because how can you be, because he does not do news or he does not provide any arguments. All he does is propaganda with little to no analysis that makes you that make you want to think and be like, wow, he's saying some things that is very interesting, that makes me want to subscribe to him. And then when you look at somebody like Candace Owen, regardless of what you think about her in the stance of Israel and the Palestinian, she's able to rack high views talking about any project, any topics that she wants to, whether it's politics, social history, issue, and so forth. And this is another way how conservatism dominate progressivism. They're able to talk about different topics and still get the same amount of views. But some YouTuber like David Pakman, there are some video he would get like 14,000 views, only 20,000 views, even though this is somebody that has over 3 million subs. And when I look at his more popular video, it's mostly about MAGA, not about progressive politics. It's the same thing with Crystal Evelise. 5 years ago, his channel was nothing, and then conservatism, hating on conservatism is what got his channel up. And he barely does any effort or any analysis that he can have like a horrible video and he can just keep on changing his titles, barely articulate an argument and still get high views. Um, and then you look at conservatives that actually do analysis, they actually do provide arguments. They're able to be successful. And I also bring up Lauren Chen before she was terminated from YouTube. She had over 500,000 subs, and then she was getting high views on different videos, and then there were points that she was getting low views. And then in 3 years, she did Media Holics, completely different than a main channel that has to do with politics. That channel specifically focused on pop culture and so forth. And then in 3 years, she got her channel to over 100,000 subs, and she got the silver play button, her second YouTube silver play button. But I don't know if she still has it after she has been terminated from YouTube. But she did broke the 100,000 sub milestone, which is something I don't think Crystal Evelise will be able to do if he opens if he open a second YouTube channel that focus on something else that is not about Trump. So these are my point on why I believe conservatism dominate progressivism. And I'm not saying there's not some left-wing political commentators that are successful. Yeah, there are some that are successful that actually do analysis, like the Rational National, like Kyle Kalinske. I remember back in 2021, Kyle Kalinske had like his fallout with the Young Turks. And then by March of 2023, he was able to regrew his channel and was able to get it to over 1 million subs, and he's almost at 2 million subs. Okay, this is what I gotta say.